Hi, this is France Tappan. I'm here in the streets of Niamey, which is the capital of Niger. And I'm here with the Zpacks Duplex Tent, which is all-purpose tent for all types of conditions, and it's incredibly light. I just got it, I'm excited, I'm just starting to open it, and we're gonna go check out and see how fast it is to set up for me, who've never set it up before, and see how it goes. So, first we'll take it out of the bag. I'm just gonna lay it out. And normally I don't have any, I'm not sure exactly how to set this thing up, so we're gonna have to try to improvise this. I did have their previous generation tent. I'm not used to dealing with tents in general. I'm a tarp guy, actually. Most of the time I have tarps, but here in Africa, you need a tent. Why? Because they have malaria mosquitoes out there. Mosquitoes with malaria. So here we've got clearly 1 and 2, so that's got to look something like that. Okay, so I got the idea. So here I find the Hexamid Zpacks logo. And this sand is very soft. So you can see right there. Yes, huh? Over here, bonjour. We're gonna set up the other side. This looks like as good a place as any. So what I'm doing is, I'm trying to just get the general shape of the tarp first. So what I'm gonna do is take one of their carbon fiber poles that they come in here and use it, since I don't use trekking poles, and so this is a substitute. Incredibly light, incredibly light. I mean, this whole package weighs only about 500 grams, about half a kilogram. It's incredible. And put this guy here, I suppose. Put him at an angle now. Sand is a blessing and a curse. Normally, we're going to put this thing out here and see if we don't topple it over. You don't want to set up things too tightly right from the get-go. You want to kind of set up a loose and then tighten it up later and make your adjustments later. Just get the thing standing is the objective at first. If you can get the thing standing, then you're in business. And from there you can make adjustments. This is not going to be the sexiest setup of all, but it might just work. And now it's looking kind of saggy on this end, so we got to tighten this one up. Doing this in the streets of Niamey, capital of Niger. So this attracts children and adults who are curious to see what the strange American is doing in their streets. And now all I do, now that it's basically standing, I'm going to start making it more taut and pulling out the lines a little bit more, getting it to be a little bit tighter so that it doesn't rattle so much if it were a windy storm. And what this does is it gives you more room inside by pulling it out. But since we don't have that, we're going to put it out here. And you can see the kind of effect it does right here. You can see it pulls out the line, pulls out to make a little bit more headroom inside. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. As you can see, it's stretching the fabric in a way that we don't want it to stretch. And we'll take this guy out one more time. This thing is hard. Okay, so there you have it. Now we're going to go inside. The reason it's great is that it has 2 openings. So if you're sleeping and sharing this tent with a partner, they can come in this side. If they need to go out and pee in the middle of the night, they can go out this way. You can go out that way. You don't have to walk over each other to get in and out. And as you can see, I've got a good amount of headroom. Somebody who's rough, it's not somebody for 6'5", that's for sure. You can zip up this line right here, and you would be completely sealed. If it's a big storm, you'd want to take these lines and put them into the ground here and give yourself an extra layer of protection against rain. This thing comes down and you have an extra stake. With an extra stake, you can take these two things and then totally close yourself up into a tent if it's one of these Titanic storms. So there you have it. That's the Zpacks Duplex, which is made in the United States, and it's a fantastically light tent. The only thing that I would say that's bad about it that I could possibly see, well, potentially the fact that you need to have stakes, you need to have trekking poles, but a lot of tents kind of require that. You can't really get around that, so that's not really a negative. The only defect I have with the Zpacks is that they make their stuff sack a little bit too small, and you're going to see what it is. My style, I don't roll these things up and make it nice and pretty. I just stuff it in. That's why they're called stuff sacks. You stuff it. And so we're here in Niger, as you can see, trying to do the last bit of the stuff sack here. This is a lot of work. So I'm really struggling to get these last bits in, but it's finally getting close. Okay, the final cords are going in. But you can see that wasn't very easy to stuff this thing in. So that's the one knock I have. It Cuban fiber, I know, is the most expensive fiber around. I mean, Cuban fiber is really lightweight, but I think Zpacks should make it just a little bit bigger, so it makes it a little bit easier to get it into in one spot. But overall, my impression of this is that it's fantastic. You're not going to find a lighter tent out there that's totally bug proof, and that is to me its biggest and best selling point. So A rating for this Zpacks Duplex Hexamid